Give the world a smile each day.
Welcome to Words to Encourage, the daily radio broadcast of the Bible Baptist Church of Grove City, Ohio. Everyone needs encouragement. We all need to be uplifted. With today's encouragement, here's our pastor, Stan Slater.
With a smile, a bright sunny smile.
Welcome to Words to Encourage. This is the daily radio broadcast of the Bible Baptist Church. We are located in Grove City, Ohio, and I'm Brother Slaybaugh. Good Tuesday to you. Hope you're having a great day today. Only 2 days left in 2025, and we'll turn the calendar a brand new year, 2026. Hard to believe, isn't it? This year, to me, has just flown by. It's been quite a year for the Slaybaughs. My wife had a hip replacement in February, and then I had both knees replaced in April and May of this year, and so it's been quite a year. But God has been good, and we're both doing well, and we praise His name for that. And God is our God, and it's been a great year. Hope it's been a good year for you. And if not, it's all right. 2 days, you're going to put it behind you, and you're ready to go for a brand new year. Isn't God good to give us a fresh start? Every 365 days, we get a fresh start. But more than that, you know what? Every 31 days, we get a fresh start, or every 30 days. Every month, there's a new start. But wait, there's more than that. Every week, every 7 days, He gives us a new start. But wait. There's more than that. Every 24 hours, we get a new start if we want one. Every day is a new day, every 24 hours. But wait, probably every hour can be a new start. You can start over this hour, but even better than that, you can start over this minute. Or you could start fresh this second. God gives us many, many, many opportunities to start fresh and to start over. You say, well, I've messed up. Okay, get up. A just man falleth 7 times and rises up again. Get up. Let's finish well. Let's start well. Start the new year right. And I look forward to our midweek service tomorrow night. It'll be New Year's Eve. We'll meet as usual time at 6:30. We get done usually by 7:45 or so. We'll take a few minutes and get ready for our New Year's Eve gathering. We always gather on New Year's Eve, and it's a night of, we have skits and funny videos and games, and we eat together. And then we review the last year in pictures. And once we do that, we usually sing some songs and have a few testimonies. We will reveal the theme for 2026, and we will give out our church calendars. And we'll pray together at midnight and pray in the new year, as we always do here at Bible Baptist Church. So we're looking forward to a great, great ending to 2025. And I want to share something with you today from Genesis chapter 6, if you would please. I don't know if you're close to a Bible. If not, I'm going to read a verse to you. One that you might be familiar with is Genesis 6 and verse number 5. The Bible says, "And God saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually." In the beginning, the Bible says, God created the heaven and the earth. And several times in chapter 1, verse 9, verse 10, verse 12, verse 18, verse 21, verse 25, God says, "And God saw that it was good." God saw that it was good. Then after He created man, He said He thought it was very good. Okay? Now, you go to chapter 2, and you get to verse 18, you find God saying something is not good. And what was not good was, it's not good for man to be alone. And I'll make a helpmeet for him. And so He caused that sleep to fall upon Adam, and He took a rib from his side, and from that He made a woman named Eve. Then He said, that's very good. Now, chapter 3, the devil comes in. And, of course, tempts Eve to eat of the fruit, and she does, and gives to Adam, and he also eats. And consequently, God comes down, and they're found out, and He banishes them from the garden. Now, they're banished from the Garden of Eden, and 2 children are born to them, Cain and Abel. You know the story. Cain rose up and murdered his brother Abel. And Cain was banished from the home of Adam and Eve. And he became, the Bible says, he became a fugitive and a vagabond, and he dwelt in the land of Nod. That's where some people dwell when they come to church, the land of Nod. But anyway, it's east of Eden, the Bible says, and he built a city there and he called it Enoch after his son. And that brings us up. We get to chapter 5, and I'm going to talk about that in a minute. Then chapter 6, the verse we read, verse 5, the wickedness was great in the earth, and God saw the imaginations and the thoughts of their heart were only evil continually. The Bible says in verse 11 that the earth was corrupt before God, and the earth was filled with violence. And God looked on the earth, and behold, it was corrupt, and all flesh had corrupted his way upon the earth. And God said unto Noah, The end of all flesh is come before me, for the earth is filled with violence through them. And, behold, I will destroy them with the earth. God says, all this flesh is corrupt. I'm going to destroy it. So he gives Noah the instructions to build the ark, because he's going to judge the world and destroy the people of the earth. That's the flood that's coming that he had Noah build the ark for. Now, how did we go from chapter 1, where everything was good, in fact, it was very good, to chapter 6, and every imagination of the heart of man was evil continually? Well, let's back up to chapter 4, and let's look at the descendants of Cain. The descendants of Cain in chapter 4 and verse number 18. Unto Enoch, that was the son of Cain, was born Irad, and Irad begat Mehujael, and Mehujael begat Methusael, and Methusael begat Lamech. And Lamech took unto him 2 wives. The name of the one was Ada, the name of the other was Zillah. And Ada bare Jabal. He was the father of such as dwelt in tents, and of such as have cattle. His brother's name was Jubal. He was the father of all as such as handle the harp and the organ. And Zillah, she also bare Tubal-Cain, an instructor of every artificer in brass and iron. And the sister of Tubal-Cain was Naamah. And Lamech said unto his wives, to hear his voice, and he gives a speech. But I want you to notice something. Jabal, first of all, a herdsman, a cattle farmer, if you will. Jubal was in the arts. He played the harp and the organ. He was a musician. And then Tubal-Cain was a teacher and every kind of artificer of brass. And it was like iron builders. They were construction workers. In other words, their descendants all had careers. They all had jobs. They learned a trade, and they passed that trade on to others. But now I want you to notice chapter 5. Here's the generations of Adam. All right? And it talks about Adam, and it goes down through Seth, the son they had after Abel had been murdered. And notice verse number 5. And all the days that Adam lived were 930 years, and he died. And notice, Seth lived 105 years and begat Enos. And Seth lived after he begat Enos 807 years, and begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Seth were 912 years, and he died. Then talks about Enos. And in verse 11, all the days of Enos were 905 years, and he died. And then the Bible says about Canaan, and all the days of Canaan were 910 years, and he died. And you go on through, and Canaan died, and Mahalalel died, and Jared, and he died, and Enoch, he was translated to heaven. But then Methuselah, and he died. You get the picture? All these people did, that as far as the Bible records for us from the line of Seth, was live and die. Live and die. The ungodly, they worked, they produced, they taught, they influenced the world, while good, godly people did nothing. Nothing bad, but nothing good. I would say history's repeating itself. Even though we have overturned Roe v. Wade, there's still well over 1 million of our babies being slaughtered every year. There's a murder every 3 seconds in America. There's violence filling our cities. There's carjackings. There's violence in the street. There's violence in the workplace. There's violence at home. And there is no justice. Folks get arrested and they get there's no bail, and they get right back out on the street. Our world has become corrupt. Filthy movies, filthy cursing and swearing, and wicked and filthy immoral acts. The I don't know how else to say it, the queers and those who are working themselves, using themselves against nature, against the way God created them. And by the way, we can't laugh at ourselves anymore. We become so sensitive about everything. It just, man, what? Now, if that makes us ill, if it makes us angry, what do you think it does to God? The Bible reminds us of something, folks. It says, as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be in the days of the coming of the Son of Man. Well, I think here we are. I think history is repeating itself. So what do? Pastor, what do we do? Well, we do what Noah did. You know, Noah was a preacher of righteousness, the Bible says. And so we preach Christ. We preach Christ. And so get in the ark and get as many in the ark as you can. The ark is Jesus Christ, and we preach Christ. Never has there been a more important time for you and I to witness and to win souls to Christ than it is right now. Come to Christ. Don't just live and die. Get people to Jesus. Don't just breathe and take up space. Get people to Jesus. Don't just eat and work. Get people to Jesus. Don't just exist and sleep. Get people to Jesus. I'm saying there's a call comes ringing. Oh, the restless waves. Send the light. Send the light. There are souls to rescue. There are souls to save. Send the light. Send the light. Oh, my friend, let's not be such descendants as the descendants of Seth were. I'm not just going to live and breathe and work and die and not do something for God. Listen, this world is seeing that liberalism doesn't work, and wokeism doesn't work, and permissiveness doesn't work, and humanism doesn't work. And somebody needs to say, hey, it's Jesus. Jesus Christ. Hey, that'll work. That'll do. Check it out. He satisfies your longings. Oh, listen, I don't want to be the kind of Christian. I don't want to be part of the kind of church that's just content to let people go to hell. I don't want a world around me to perish. I think everybody ought to know. Everybody ought to know who Jesus is. That's why we run a van and pick people up. That's why we have a dinner day and feed people and try to get the gospel to them. That's why we have a fun fest every spring and try to get the gospel to people. That's why we go out and pass out tracts and try to knock on doors and try to win people to Christ. That's why there's a vacation Bible school. Why? We're trying to get the gospel out. We're trying to make a difference in our world for Jesus Christ. That's why we have a radio broadcast. Oh, my friend, let's rescue the perishing. Let's care for the dying. Snatch them in pity from sin and the grave. Weep, O the erring one, lift up the fallen, tell them of Jesus, the mighty to save. Rescue the perishing. Rescue the perishing. Listen, why don't you make it your goal? As you end 25 and you're heading to 26, you'll win souls. You'll give out tracts. You'll carry your New Testament. You'll make it your business to preach the gospel to every creature. Lord, help us to make a difference in the way we live. Help us to make an impact in our world. Don't let us just leave that to the ungodly and those who don't want you in their life. If we don't do that, if we just live and we just die, history repeats itself. And we see just what happened. And God's judgment will come. And it'll be our responsibility. That's why the Lord said over in 2 Peter, when judgment begins, it'll begin at the house of God. It's on us. Let's do our part. Let's do our part not to repeat history. Ask God to use you to bring others to Christ in 2026. All right? Well, I don't want history to repeat itself. I'm going to do what we can, and we're doing what we can here at Bible Baptist Church, and I hope you're doing what you can where you are as well. Well, I want you to have a great Tuesday. Of course, tomorrow now will be the 31st, the last day of 2025, and we'll be together on the radio, and I'll talk to you a little bit about finishing well. Finishing well, and then we'll talk about that new year and what's in store for us. We'll have service tomorrow night at 6:30 as usual on New Year's Eve, and I hope you can join us for that service, okay? I hope you have a great Tuesday, everybody, and I'll look forward to being with you again on the broadcast tomorrow. Until then, this is Brother Slayball reminding you, be good to everyone, because everyone's having a tough time.
Thank you for listening today. If this broadcast was an encouragement to you, we would love to hear from you. You can contact us by email at pastor@bbcgrovecity.org, or you can call us at area code 614-875-2190. We invite you to visit us at the Bible Baptist Church at 2758 Home Road in Grove City, Ohio. Our service times are Sunday morning at 9:30 for Sunday school and 10:30 for the morning worship service. We meet back together at 5:30 for our evening service and on Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. We also host the Bridge to Recovery Ministry, a faith-based recovery program bringing transformation to hurting people and our community. We meet every Thursday at 6:30 in the evening. You can find more information at our website about this and other ministries of Bible Baptist Church at bbcgrovecity.org. We hope that today these were truly words to encourage. Words to Encourage is paid for by the generous members and supporters of the Bible Baptist Church in Grove City, Ohio.
The joy of serving Jesus with a smile, a bright sunny smile.